Hello and happy Monday, everyone, or happy whatever day it is you happen to be watching. We are inching ever closer to being able to start planting seeds indoors, so I am starting to get materials ready, so I am ready when we get to that point. If you've been in the gardening community at all in the last couple of years, you've noticed it's had a lot of interest. People are more interested in gardening, in food self-sufficiency, which makes it difficult to get materials for starting seeds or seeds in general. The industry really hasn't been able to keep up. So today we're going to talk about methods of making your own seed pots and having things ready to go so you don't have to buy things just by looking at stuff that you have around the house. So let's go ahead and get started on that. First, we'll start by talking about a couple materials you can purchase. This is a seed pot. This one is biodegradable, which means you can plant it straight into the ground when the sprouts are large enough to transplant. They also come in plastic, and those ones can be reused. And this is a peat pellet. They come as little pucks, about a quarter of this size, and they expand with water. This is an expanded one, and they can also be planted directly into the ground, just like the seed pots here. As you can see, they're roughly the same size. The pots do come in larger sizes. I don't believe I've ever seen the pellets in bigger sizes, though. If you pop into a garden store right now, you'll most likely be able to find these items, but once we get closer to March and April, it'll be much harder. So we're going to start looking at items that you can use from around your house to make seed start pots. We're going to start with the egg carton, which is arguably the easiest one to do because it comes with little measured cups already. You can leave it as a big section like this, or you can cut it out as individuals or as sections with your plants. It's biodegradable just like the regular ones you can buy. The only downside is it is probably half the size of a normal seed pot, so you'd have to transplant your plants sooner. Another great option for seed pots are toilet paper and paper towel roll tubes. Toilet paper rolls are roughly the same size as small start pots and require minimal modifications to hold the soil in, and paper towel rolls can be cut down to size and modified the same. Just like the egg cartons, they can be transplanted with the seedlings already in them since they are biodegradable. The paper towel roll tube can cut down into roughly three equal sizes that match the same size as the toilet paper roll, and once you have them folded, they do sit on their own. You don't need to use tape or anything, and you can see there they are the same size as the regular plant pots, or roughly the same size. Another method I like to use for making seed pots is to fashion them out of newspaper. It's a relatively simple process to cut, fold, and slide the paper into a pot shape, and it requires no tape, just like with the paper towel rolls. This method is a little more flexible than the others because you can pretty much make them whatever size pot you want. This method is really good if you need to transplant one of your smaller ones up before you can move it outside into your regular garden, since they are more flexible and you can make them bigger. And just like with the paper towel roll, we're going to cut the bottom and fold it under so it sits up on its own. Once it has the dirt inside, even if it doesn't sit up on its own initially, once it has the dirt inside, there'll be enough weight that it'll sit there nicely. As you can see, it is much bigger than a regular small starting cup, so this is good for transplanting into. Now, if you don't want to use newspaper that has all the ink on it, what you can use instead is a plain paper bag, and then all you have to do is cut the bottom. I really like using yogurt containers to plant my seeds in as well. While they're not biodegradable, they are reusable. So you can plant in them year after year, and as you can see, they are roughly the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than the smallest of the seed pots you can get. Now, one of the reasons you might want to go with a paper option over this plastic container is that there are no drainage holes. It's an easy fix though. You can just very carefully poke holes in the bottom of the cup and then it'll drain so it doesn't drown your seedlings. The last option I want to talk about today are eggshells. These are wonderful because they're biodegradable and they add calcium back into your soil and to your plant. They're made up totally of calcium, and by using these, you're putting more back into your dirt. Just like with an egg carton though, these are much smaller than a starting pot, and you'll need to transplant them into a larger container before you would take them outside. And also with the plastic container, you'll need to make sure there are drainage holes for excess water to drain out of the bottom. And there we have it. This is just a small sample of items that you can use just by recycling materials that you already have around your house instead of the traditional methods for starting your seeds in case you can't find those this year. So with that, I really hope this video helped. I know I'm going to be using all of this stuff this year, probably in the next couple weeks actually, to start planting stuff. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everything. If you guys are interested, please leave me a comment. You can drop a like, you can subscribe. You could also go check out my Instagram and TikTok or my blog. And with that, I will see you all next week. Bye!